All right, today we're diving into a really powerful idea from Swami Vivekananda's Jnana Yoga. And it's an idea that, honestly, it might just flip the way you think about religion entirely.
You know, for most of us, religion is a personal choice, right? You can take it or you can leave it. But what if it's not a choice at all? What if it's actually something much, much deeper? Kind of like how our bodies need food, what if our inner selves need religion? And Vivekananda, he does not pull any punches here. He basically says, look, religion isn't some optional extra. It's not just a social club or something we invented. Nope. He says it's a fundamental, non-negotiable part of being human. So, the big question is, why? What makes him so sure?
Okay, so let's break down his reasoning. The whole argument really kicks off with a simple but pretty profound observation he makes about, well, all of us, all of humanity, across all of time.
I mean, just think about it for a second. Go anywhere in the world. Look at any point in history. From the most ancient tribes to our modern cities, what do you find? People searching for something more, right? That search for meaning, for truth, for something just beyond our five senses. Vivekananda says that is religion at its core. It's not something we're taught. It's an impulse we're born with.
But what's driving this search? Where does that impulse come from? Well, according to this way of thinking, it all comes down to a kind of hunger. And it's not the kind your stomach gets.
Look, we all know we need food, a roof over our heads to feel safe. That's a given. But what happens when you have all that? Vivekananda says that's when a whole other kind of hunger kicks in, a much deeper one, a hunger for answers, the kind of hunger that a new car or a bigger house just can't fill.
And this hunger, it forces us to ask some really big questions. It usually starts with ourselves, right? That question, who am I? Really? Who am I underneath the job title, the name, all the labels we wear?
And from there, it just gets bigger. You start to wonder, why am I even here? Is there a point to all this, or is it just, cosmic chance? And that leads to the ultimate question, the big one. What is the point of everything? What's the purpose of existence itself? That right there, that's the spiritual hunger Vivekananda is talking about. It's what gets the whole religious ball rolling. Okay, so if religion is the answer to this deep hunger, what does it actually do for us? How does it work? And Vivekananda's take on this is, well, it's pretty fascinating. Now pay close attention to how he frames this, because it's key. He's not saying religion brings some god or divine power to you from out there somewhere. The idea is completely different. It's that religion simply helps you see the divinity that's already inside you. It's been there the whole time. So get this. Religion is a process of discovery, not construction. It's not about building yourself into something new. It's about realizing what you've been all along. And to make this super clear, he uses this amazing metaphor. He calls it the lamp of life. Okay, so picture this. Your life is like a lamp. The lamp itself, its outer casing, that's your body and mind. But inside there's this bright, burning flame. That's your spirit, your soul. So what's the job of religion? It's just to clean the dirt and dust off that outer covering, to polish the lamp, so that the light from the flame inside can finally shine through, bright and clear for everyone to see. Now this all sounds pretty inspiring, right? But Vivekananda also has a pretty serious warning for us. He talks about what happens when we just ignore this whole side of ourselves.
And believe me, the stakes are super high. He basically argues that everything we hold dear, our sense of morality, our ability to love selflessly, even our hope for the future, all of it is tied directly to this search for something bigger than ourselves.
I mean, the way he puts it, the contrast is just black and white. With this connection to a higher ideal, we have things like morality, love, and hope. But without it, he warns that we risk being reduced to what he calls a mere animal existence. Just, eating, sleeping, surviving, and then that's it. No deeper purpose, no real meaning.
So, let's pull all these threads together. At the end of the day, what is the real purpose of religion according to this worldview? Why is it so necessary? Well, it boils down to four main jobs, really. First, it gives our lives meaning, a reason for being here. Second, it helps us find strength inside ourselves, especially when we feel weak or lost. Third, it teaches us how to love in a way that's bigger than just our own needs. And finally, it shows us the path to real freedom, the kind of freedom you only get from truly knowing who you are.
So you see, for him, this whole search isn't some escape from the real world. Not at all. In fact, he says it's the very essence of life itself.
It's the engine that drives us to become the best, most authentic versions of ourselves.
And that really leaves us with a big question to think about, doesn't it? Is this universal human search for meaning just a way to escape reality? Or could it be, as Vivekananda suggests, the soul's deepest calling to finally recognize itself? Something to chew on. Thanks for joining me.